Another week in the Big 12 and another star running back. You guys up for the challenge of stopping Ollie Gordon?
Yeah, he's a great running back, leads the nation. At least they tell me he does. So, I mean, he's gone for a ton of yards. He's actually a really good receiver, too. He's had a couple of huge receiving games, a couple really huge running games. 2 games this year where he almost went 300 yards 2 different times. So we got our work cut out for us.
They're pretty run-dominant offenses. How they kind of set things up for their quarterbacks. Does that change or alter anything you think about going into this?
Well, when you have such a talented running back and the O-line is very veteran, tons of starts on that O-line, what it does is that's how they open up their throw game. And the quarterback's very talented as well. So, having to load the box and stop the run, stop Gordon, opens up some of the throw options that they do have. And they do a good job with their RPO game. So we're going to have to be very sound on how we defend them.
Why did you go with Chazz at linebacker to start the game last week?
Well, Chazz has played that scheme a lot before in the past here. It's something we've done this year already, but we thought it fit him. It fits what he's done before. He's finally healthy. That was another big reason is he's been pretty beat up all year. So that was probably the biggest reason why we had the opportunity to finally play him.
Is Ciale done for the year at this point?
Yeah, he's got a foot injury that will not let him back this year.
You expect to eat this slate? I know you got kind of banged up in that game.
So he's day to day right now. He did not practice today. We're hoping he goes tomorrow, but we'll know a lot more on how he feels tomorrow.
But having Alfrey back, how big of a boost has that been?
Well, that was huge, and Alfrey played really good in that game. Brought a lot to just our physicality, the way he tackled. I thought he played really, really well in that game.
Is this team, what's kind of the mood around this defensive group right now? They bought in to try to get this one last win, or is it a feeling of looking ahead and moving on to the offseason?
No, I mean, we want to win for sure. This is a huge game for us. Getting to a bowl game in our first year in the Big 12 is a huge deal. We've been a little up and down on defense. There's games where we played absolutely outstanding. I mean, to hold Texas to 350 and Oklahoma to 360. I think we've had our moments this year where we've proven to ourselves that we can be really good. And then that's just scratching the surface, in my opinion, on what we can become. But we have work to do. We got to get better. We don't want this to be our last game, and we're fighting and clawing and digging to make sure that we get one more.
How much of the inconsistencies do you think is attributed to maybe still building the Power 5 depth in this program, and then how long do you think, realistically, the timeline is to build that up?
Well, I think that's had a lot to do with it. I don't think it's everything, but, when injuries mount, backups coming in and playing well is a critical part of success, especially late in the year. And again, this is the first time BYU's seen an opponent like this week in, week out. The physicality of this league, takes its toll. As our depth grows, I promise you we're going to get better and better. As we continue to recruit great players, we'll continue to get better and better. And then the familiarity with the system, they're only going to get better at. So I think all those things make me believe that the future is very bright here.
The coaching fraternity is pretty small out there. Have you ever tried to match wits or ever gotten to know Mike Gundy at all?
You know what? I haven't. I bumped into him like at conventions or just, here and there, but I wouldn't say that we've ever been close or, had in-depth conversations or anything like that.
What's been made last week about the turnovers on the offensive side of the ball. Have you guys talked a bunch about takeaways, I guess, specifically this week, just because of that mistake that you had against Oklahoma?
So, and there's takeaways is a huge part of the game. We all know that. And our defensive players know that if the offense gives it up once, we better get it twice. If we give it up 3 times, we better get it 4. And we put that responsibility on our own shoulders. And I put as much of that game on us, not getting turnovers, as maybe giving up turnovers. And so we got to do our part in that game and create a couple more short fields for the offense.
Anything else?
Okay, guys. Appreciate it. Thanks.